Blackberry, and Blackberry once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today I'm back with fruit of the day, the one and only Blackberry. Now, perhaps you think I'm talking about a phone. Not quite, guys. Today it's all about fruits. That's right, blackberries. Take a look at the picture. So, please listen on, please watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the blackberry. All right, first up, just a little bit of background information. Although blackberries function as a fruit, they aren't very similar to other berries in composition. They're more like peaches or almonds, which are known as drupes. Blackberries are an aggregate fruit, meaning they have merged many plant ovaries in their formation. The tiny bubbles on blackberries are known as druplets, which are what make it similar in composition to other drupes. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of background information about the one and only blackberry. Now it's time for a few fun facts. These fruits are also found their place in ancient folklore as symbolic representations of a large number of things. In Christianity, sources indicate blackberries were used to symbolize spiritual neglect or ignorance. Interesting. Also, in mid-Mediterranean literature, writers insisted Christ's crown of thorns was made from blackberry runners, and that the deep color of the juice represented the blood of the Savior. Wow. Other folk stories associate blackberries with bad omens, haste, and sometimes death. Oh no. So, there you have it, guys. A few fun facts about blackberries. All right, now it's time for the not so fun facts. This fruit is one that's usually important to buy organic, if you can. When studying the health benefits of blackberries, it's not uncommon to see findings of little to no nutritional value in commercially produced store-bought varieties in comparison with wild or organic types. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know why it's important to purchase organic blackberries as opposed to the, or shall we say, to their counterparts. All right. So the not so fun facts about blackberries. Okay, it's now time to talk about the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. Yes, food labels. Basically, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, we really have to talk about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Take a look at our sample food label. Notice that some portions are highlighted in purple or lavender, some are highlighted in yellow, and then others are highlighted in a light blue. Okay, now if you focus on the nutrients that are highlighted in yellow, such as total fat, saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium, well, those particular nutrients do a really good job at promoting disease. So when it comes to the 520 rule, you definitely want to have a lower percentage of those particular nutrients. If, however, we focus on the nutrients that are highlighted in light blue, such as dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, well, those nutrients we want to be on the higher end of the scale. Why? Because they do two things, basically. They help to prevent disease, and they also help to promote health and wellness within the body temple. Now, to be a little more specific, if a food item offers anywhere from 0% to 9% DV, then technically it is not a good source of that particular nutrient. If the food item offers 10% to 19% DV, then the food item is a good source of that particular nutrient. And lastly, if the food item offers 20% DV or greater, then it is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So, once again, the nutrients that are highlighted in yellow, well, ideally you want their percent DV to be anywhere from 0% to 9%. And the nutrients that are highlighted in light blue, you want those nutrients to be on the higher end of the scale, so hopefully no less than 10%. So there we have it, guys. A little bit of information about the 5-20 rule. All right, now that we are aware of the 5-20 rule, let's dive into the nutrition facts. Guys, for today's lecture, we're going to simply say that a single serving of blackberries is equivalent to 1 cup, right? Meaning anywhere from 15 to 16 blackberries. So here's what you're going to put in your body once you eat them. Only 62 calories, 14.7 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein, 0.7 grams of fat, 7.6 grams of fiber. Amazing. Now let's dive into the vitamins and minerals. Vitamin C comes in at 50% DV, so because it's above 20%, it is an excellent source of vitamin C. Then manganese comes in at 47% DV, which means blackberries are an excellent source of manganese. Then we have vitamin K coming in at 36% DV. Blackberries are an excellent source of vitamin K. Then we have copper coming in at 12% DV, so that means that blackberries are a good source of copper. Then we have folate coming in at only 9% DV. So because it's between 0% and 9%, it is not a good source of folate. Then we have vitamin E coming in at 8% DV, not a good source. Potassium at 7% DV, not a good source. Magnesium, 7% DV, not a good source. Vitamin A coming in at only 6% DV, so that means that blackberries are not a good source of vitamin A. Then we have niacin coming in at only 5% DV, not a good source. Iron, 5% DV, not a good source. Zinc, 5% DV, not a good source. Then we have pantothenic acid and calcium, both coming in at only 4% DV. So unfortunately, 1 serving of blackberries is not a good source of those 2 nutrients. And lastly, we have phosphorus coming in at only 3% DV. So because it's between 0% and 9% DV, it is not a good source of phosphorus. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the nutrition facts of blackberries. All right, time to talk about the health benefits. But before we do, Coach D wants to drop a few dimes of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to discuss the principle of cause and effect. Now, some of us may already be aware of the principle of cause and effect. Why? Because it's one of the 7 hermetic principles. Now, this principle basically states that every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. So what does that mean, Coach D? Well, it simply means that if you want to be healthy, you must cause it to happen. As opposed to disease, well, you may not want disease, but because of the foods that you're eating, well, it happens anyway. But for today's lecture, let's focus on health. Let's focus on being totally well, shall we? So what does that mean? It simply means that when you eat blackberries, you're simply putting the correct substances in your body in order to create health. So what does that all mean? It simply means that the health benefits are the effects, whereas the nutrients are the causes. Get it? Got it? Good. So what happens when you put blackberries in your body? Well, this is what happens. They may prevent and slow the growth of cancer. They improve and maintain brain function. They reduce inflammation, fight infection, and boost immunity. They regulate menstrual health. They're good for the cardiovascular system. They promote healthy skin. And they rank as one of the top 10 highest antioxidant foods. Now, for those of us who know nothing about antioxidants, well, basically, they're phytochemicals, meaning chemicals that come from plants that basically help to reduce the likelihood of developing cancer, and they also help to slow down the aging process. Oh, and then I happen to forget to mention that it also helps to prevent heart disease. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a bit of health benefits from blackberries. Okay, now it's time to talk about food. Yes, say hello to forksoverknives.com. It's an amazing website that comes from the movie Forks Over Knives, which I highly recommend. Now, forksoverknives.com is our go-to website for everything vegan. So as usual, I went to the site, did a little bit of research for blackberries, and look at what I found. Two amazing vegan blackberry recipes that I would like to share with you right now. So, the first one is entitled Blackberry-Peach Cobbler. Take a look at the picture. Looks amazing. The second recipe is whole wheat berry muffins. Now, yes, you do see blueberries, but for the recipe's sake, you can always substitute blueberries for blackberries. Now, if you are inclined to make and taste each of these dishes, all you have to do is click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you with a direct link to these recipes. That's right, guys. I'm here to help you out. Now, once you get to the website, you'll notice a lot of information, such as an ingredient list, such as cooking time, and the instructions. So please make them, taste them, come back to the video, and let Coach D know exactly how they taste. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Two amazing vegan blackberry recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, Coach D, I appreciate the fun facts. Coach D, I enjoy learning about the health benefits. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more blackberries? Well, the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Yes, Nature Day. Guys, Nature Day is the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, perhaps you know nothing about the 23% challenge. Well, in a nutshell, the challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and it also helps to save planet Earth. Yes, in only 7 days. Now, here's the thing about the 23% challenge, is that it is the first 7 days of every single month. Now, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the challenge, which basically means Nature Day is the first day of every month. So whether it's October 1st, November 1st, or December 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right. Now, perhaps you are excited about Nature Day and maybe you want to learn more about it. Well, guys, Nature Day is all about getting closer to nature. That's right. Now, yes, there are lots of things that you can do to get closer to nature. You can go for a nature walk. You can go pet a pet. You can go swim in the ocean, right? But today, I want to encourage you to simply get closer to nature by eating more plants. That happens to be our 3-word mantra. Now, maybe you're thinking about transitioning to a whole food plant-based diet. If that's you, then today I want to help you by offering 3 very easy solutions. You can try to become a 3%, a 13%, or maybe even a 23% vegan, right? So what does that mean? Well, a 3% vegan is anyone who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. A 13% vegan is anyone, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 4 days out of an entire month. And a 23% vegan, which is what I am, is anyone, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 7 days out of an entire month. So, what does that translate to? Which plant foods am I eating? It's very simple. I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, which happen to be all fruits, all vegetables and herbs, all legumes, meaning beans and peas, all whole grains, and we cannot forget about good old nuts and seeds. And I only drink water. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know exactly what Nature Day is all about. All right, now it's time for a few of Coach D's tips. Guys, I'm here to offer tips. Why? Because I want your Nature Day to be successful. So, tip number one, visit your local grocery store. Now, when you get to the store, here's what you're going to do. You're only going to hang out in the produce section and the freezer aisle. Why the produce section? Well, that's where the fresh plant foods are located. Why the freezer aisle? Well, because that's where the frozen plant foods are located. Believe it or not, whether you purchase fresh or frozen, it does the body good. Secondly, is to visit a farmer's market. Now, believe it or not, farmers markets are amazing. And yes, they do have a few advantages over grocery stores. Number one, farmers markets only sell organic options. So, what does that mean? More nutritious plant foods. Also, they do not spray their produce with any type of herbicides or pesticides. So once again, the produce is going to be healthier for your body temple. Also, the fruit, or shall we say the produce, is grown locally, which means less transportation time, which translates to more savings for the farmer, which then means a greater savings to you, the end consumer. My next tip is to visit the prepared dishes section of your grocery store. Now, all you have to do is walk over to the prepared dishes section. Now, some grocery stores may term it the kitchen. Go over, talk to the person behind the counter, and ask them if they offer any vegan options. If they do, great. If not, go elsewhere. If they do, and you're not familiar with the recipes, then go ahead and ask for a sample taste. They will be happy to provide it to you, and if you like it, purchase the food by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds. My fourth piece of advice, my fourth tip, is to go visit a vegan restaurant. That's right, guys. Vegan restaurants are amazing for a few reasons. Number one, they hire vegan chefs, and number two, the vegan chefs know exactly how to combine plant foods to give you the most delicious and nutritious options. Now, perhaps you didn't know that vegan restaurants exist. Well, I'm here to let you know that they actually do. All you have to do is do a quick Google search. Type in vegan restaurants near me, and within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. So find one that's close to you, go there, and when you do two things. Number one, let them know that Coach D sent you, and number two, be sure to order something that has blackberries in it. So there you have it, guys. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 tips to help make your Nature Day successful. It's time for our question of the day, which comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We have inquiry minds, so we want to know, why is it better to buy organic blackberries? So please answer the question in the comment box below. We're waiting. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign off, I gotta ask you to please subscribe, like, and share the video, especially if you love blackberries. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated before, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.